Hello everyone, in today's showcase I'm going to be reviewing Tom Simple Storage. Many of you are familiar with the name. This mod is used with compatible mods related to technology, such as Applied Energistics, Ad Astra, Tech Reborn, Greg Tech, and many others. But I'm reviewing this mod to help you and myself learn about using storage without using Redstone Flux, or anything relates to energy. This mod doesn't require energy to operate. It's the easier version of Applied Energistics or Applied Energistics II. Anyway, let's continue. Okay guys, so I have loaded up my demonstration world so we can demonstrate and build some of the contraptions. I did say the word build is because I just want to know how these machines work, and this is for me to understand the mod as well, because I know you guys are going to be doing the same thing too and wondering, how did you get that to work? How did you get that to work? So you have to see what I'm doing, because I'm also learning too, like you guys are learning. So this is both a learning experience for all of us. So let's just continue on and get on with the demonstration. I have my chest with a pickaxe and an axe so I can break the blocks easier, because there's only one block that you can break, which is maybe the filing cabinet because it's made out of iron. Well, all the stuff here is technically made out of wood. Like, there's nothing to mine other than just to chop down. And the first one we're going to go review is this stuff here. And I think I forgot to add the configurer wand. Yeah, I probably did forget to add the configurer wand. So let me just go back in here, because this is also part of the beginner experience. So now let me do that. Yeah, I could have just done this sooner, but don't worry. This is a demonstration world where we're just testing things and learning the mod too, because we're also noobs when it comes down to learning Tom Simple Storage. So we have the inventory connector, storage terminal, crafting terminal, inventory cable connector, and inventory configurator. So to craft the inventory connector, all you just need is planks, a comparator, a diamond, ender pearl, and 2 chests. To make the storage terminal, you need 4 planks, 2 comparators, glass, a chest, and glowstone. To make the crafting terminal, you just need the storage terminal, 4 diamonds, and 4 crafting tables. To get the inventory cable, all you just need is 4 sticks, 2 planks, 2 trapdoors, and a chest, and you get a quantity of 6. To get the inventory cable connector, all you just need is the inventory cable, nether quartz, a chest, a diamond, 2 planks, and an ender pearl. To get the inventory configurator, you just need the inventory trim and the stick. And to get the inventory trim, I'm just going to explain it in that other part over there. Since, I mean, if I explain everything here, then that means this part is just, you know, just existing there for a reason. But anyways, so these are all the main items that you're gonna craft once you start getting used to Tom Simple Storage. And you could start off by making the storage terminal and the crafting terminal. The storage terminal allows you just to see the storage, while the crafting terminal has the ability to let you craft. And you can put it on single chests, double chests, or modded chests, and same goes for the crafting terminal. And you can see this setup here that I have already made before. You can see that we have the crafting terminal, the inventory connector, the cable, and we have 2 single chests, a double chest, and a modded chest. And this modded chest came from chest reinforced mod, or chest restock mod. I don't know what the mod is called. Okay, reinforced chests mod, just to use as an example, because it can also be used for storage. And you can see that there are some slots here if you use another mod. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's an abbreviated name. But you can see that we have 216 free slots left, so we can just put items in here. I mean, you don't know where they're gonna go. It's because it's pretty much randomized, maybe based on priority. So if I put it in here, it's gonna go to the main chest. But the reason why I set this up is because you can also use the cables just to, you know, I guess to, you know, designate what area you want to put the stuff in. You could use filters and stuff just to make it nicely organized. So I think I have explained the simple of this stuff. And we also have the inventory configurator. This is we're going to have to need a lot later on if we want to add like item frames, item filters, and all that other stuff, because this here is more like the complicated side, where you have to click on blocks, and you can see that it allows you to configure the inventories, the chests, like basically how they behave when it comes down to interacting with this inventory connector, or if you put anything through the inventory connector. So this is more like the complicated or the high end of configuring. So you can change the sides, you can include all the connectors, you can remove or exclude them, you can you can basically change the rules. You can also change the priority if you want this chest to get everything and you want that chest not to get anything. It's basically all up to you, but you got to do some tampering around, since it all depends on preference and priority. So now we're going to move on to the painting and the decoration part. I mean, I might have to put these two to like the same category as a timestamp because I don't want to make it so choppy and whatnot. And also, do bear in mind with the lag is because I'm trying to use shaders to make it look nice to the replay mod. And I'm also using a mod pack called Immersive with Shaders or something. I guess that's what it's called. Means Distant Horizons. So Distant Horizons is kind of acting a little wonky. But anyways, so I have already done a previous demonstration, like what I did earlier, because I had to make another take on it. But you can see that there's some oak planks, but you will see if you have another mod, you can see that we have the inventory cable connector and inventory frame connector, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying stuff now. But if you open the chest, you can see that I already did some demonstration. And you can also open here just to, get it through. But it doesn't really depend on preference because, I mean, I don't know too much about explaining this part, but I just know that it's just like Applied Energistics. If anybody knows what that mod is, you just put it in and you just have that. You could change the scroll effect. You can make it, basically, it's just like Applied Energistics II, but without the Redstone Flux or any power needed. Like, you don't need extreme reactors or anything. And I'm going to tell you guys about the paint kit. So for the paint kit, you can craft it just by getting these type of dyes. Any type of wool, a stick, a bucket, and a water bucket. The reason why I showed this bucket is because this here only has 100 uses. And once you use it all, it's going to turn back to a bucket. So you better use it wisely. That's what I'm saying. You better use it wisely, or else you will have to get another iron bucket. And we can paint. We can change the color of the blocks to match it, because by default, I probably need to go to like another chest or something to get the information, or let me just go to creative again. Sorry. You gotta get the ones that has the word framed on them, and you can also do it for inventory trims as well. I really don't want to do inventory trims yet, but you know what? No, we're going to do it for that part. All right. So we have the frame and we have the framed. You know what? It's called the cable frame and the inventory cable connector frame. So to craft these two, all you just need is the inventory cable and sticks. And for this one, you need inventory cable connector and sticks. They're pretty much just require sticks. And you can place them, and you can see that they have a little bit of a framing around it. And the reason why is because it can be used just to, fill up closed spaces, and you can also decorate them. So if I want to change the color of them, or I'm trying to make it match just like the scenery, all you have to do is shift and right click the ground or a block, and then it'll just camouflage it. That's what it does. And I think you probably do it to like other blocks too. No, it can't do it to those. It has to be like on a real block. And then I can change it to wood. I don't think you could change it to like a chest or anything. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but that's not how it works. I mean, it might break the game if I actually thought about it. But this is pretty neat just to keep everything nice and organized without causing complication. And also, it does retain the painted feature on it. So you can see that it's painted. Like this one might say, oh, it's framed, but actually it is already painted with the oak planks. But you can always change it if you ever wanted to. But just keep in mind that the paint kit is temporary. I mean, I'm not sure if you could even add unbreaking to it. But just use it wisely. That's all I can say. Now we're here with the inventory trims. This is the one I was talking about initially. So for the inventory trims, all you just got to do is craft with planks, sticks, and a chest, and you get the quantity of 2. And also, I did forget to mention that you can hold shift for more information. So you can see there it says connects inventories with the inventory connector. So this only connects other inventories to the connector. You can connect it with modded chests, single chests, and double chests. And I haven't really told you guys about the information where you could just shift and it just tells you information. Like, for example, if you hold shift, it says paint blocks to match their surroundings. If you go over here, it says connects all the touching inventories into one. Use the storage terminal to access all your inventory, all your items. Trims can connect to gaps. I'm really bad at reading. So this is basically useful information if you want more context with what the items do. So if you guys say, what does that do? It actually says it in the game. It's just you got to hold shift and read. So you're going to have to start reading. I had to emphasize that because most people don't really read. They just skip and be like, oh, how do you do that? Like, you got to read first, man. You got to read before taking action. But anyways, so these are the inventory trims, and you can connect them to anything. You can make them to any design you want. It's just like the cables or the frame cables that we just painted, but these are more like full blocks. Like, these are just nice for like closed spaces. And you can also paint them too if you want. You could just paint them in this design, but this is mostly more towards chests only. So this is only works towards chests. I mean, I do imagine this being used for like spawners or like a farm. So you can like decorate them. I mean, I just like the trims. Like you could put them like underneath a block, and then it can just go smoothly without no bumps. It would just not feel like it's like, you know, it doesn't feel like a cable you're walking on. You're walking on a trim. Or you could probably use a trim as like a decoration as well, because, you know, the trims do look good as a decoration block. But I think that's all I could say about the trim, since, well, that's pretty much its uses. Basically just to connect to the inventory connector. And you can see that we have 1,809 slots, or 27 inventories. That's a lot of inventory. For this part, this is mostly we're going to do a lot of the building. Like, a lot of building with all these things. I mean, we had to go through all of them if we could. And we also see we had the inventory connector from the previous run of our video. But I mean, I'm trying to see what I can do with this. That's if I want to craft some sort of crazy thing. But I want to go with everything like one by one. But I think this here, we might actually have to try to work with what we got here. So we have the inventory interface. We have the open crates. We have the inventory proxy. We have the filing cabinets. We also have these filters as well, because I know some of you guys might be wondering about the filters. We also have the level emitter, and we also have the hopper. So I have to show you guys how to craft those things. So to craft the inventory interface, all you just need is planks, 3 trapdoors, a chest, and an ender pearl. To craft the open crates, all you just need is 6 planks, a stick, a chest, and a trapdoor. To craft the inventory proxy, all you just need is 5 planks, 3 trapdoors, and a chest. To make the filing cabinet, this is the only item that requires a pickaxe, is 4 smooth stone, 2 iron ingots, and 3 chests. And to make the level emitter, all you just need is 2 planks, 1 cable, a comparator, and a redstone. And to make the basic inventory hopper is 2 planks, a cable, and a hopper. So that's pretty much it for that part. And for the framing, we're going to go with the tag item frame filter for right now. So we have item filter, redstone comparator, and a name tag. To make this, the item filter is 4 redstone, 4 sticks, and wool. To make the polymorphic is a diamond, item filter, and a redstone comparator. Yeah, it's a whole mouthful of information. But I'm trying to see, what can I make with this? I just know that they also give you information of what it does as well, so you guys want more context. So what can I start off with first? So, I mean, this is going to be pretty difficult. So we're going to start with the inventory connector. I think that's probably like a good start here. I'm going to put that in there as a trim, and it's going to hold the information for the chest, which gives us 27 slots. This is like a good sample start. Say, for example, I want to put the stuff to this chest, maybe through a furnace. So all I just got to do is put the basic inventory hopper, because it's technically a hopper, but it's out of wood. I mean, it might give you some idea about Batana, if you guys use like the Batana mod. Now we put a furnace up here, and if I do this and I put it through the smelter, it's going to put it through here, unless I gotta make a filter for it, because we also have some item filters. So if it doesn't read through, then yep, okay, so it's actually just gonna go right into here. So that's what it's doing. So it's gonna feed through here. And I want, say for example, I have like another hopper, hypothetically, coming through something else. I probably didn't explain that right. The open crate. So the open crate is like a dispenser. Like it dispenses all the useless stuff. Like the trash. Like you could put a lava machine in front of it. You could set it to like another inventory and all that other stuff. There we go. And we might have to use a filter for this one because that's how we're able to filter some of these things out. So I'm going to put another basic hopper right here. And I'm going to put a chest here. Remember, guys, this is just me just showing some examples. I mean, there might be some poor examples. I'm just saying. Okay, so I'm going to change this one because this was my initial ingredient. So I'll put a golden apple in there. And we want that to match. And because you can actually enable or disable it. That's if you want. And you got to click it on the exact part here. Or you have to use the inventory configurator. And you got to click it right on the inventory cable. And then you have to make sure it's the right one. And then you're going to have to put it on high priority. Or the highest priority to get rid of it. That's if you really want to get rid of it. So if you do that, it's going to spew it out. Yep, so you can see all those golden apples are not getting filtered in here. And I think I could try to get another one. So let me just go to Game Mode Creative and get myself another one. And I could probably have a second one that has its own little thing going on. And I'm going to put up like another one here. And this chest here is going to, I guess, put in the iron. Probably like regular iron in there. I think it might work either way. Because I just hope that it doesn't filter through. Okay, it's still filtering through too, so that's a good sign. And I'm going to keep putting that in there. I think you can also put like another item in there too. I might have to use this configurator wand. And I think this configurator wand is also permanent too. So we can also put copper in there. And then we put it in there. Oh, okay, see, now it's just filtering everything. See, you got to be extra careful when you do something like that. Now, we got this one. And if we put, I guess, put copper in there, it's going to also spew the copper out. So this is good for, like, organizing. And we could put, we could also add gold in here, too. I think this already kind of organizes itself. See, it's already having a preference. So I just put gold here and put gold here. This is actually pretty good and useful if you want to know like what's being smelted and whatnot. Sorry for my crapped up voice. Okay, so you can see that it's still it's not gonna spew it out because I haven't added it as like something for it to output. But you can see that that's how that works. Yeah, it's a lot for you to keep in, but if you use the filter with the wand, you have to keep updating it. And for this one, you just use these as regular hoppers, pretty much. So what else? We also have the inventory proxy. You guys are probably wondering what the inventory proxy do. It's supposed to be an extender. Like, we can remove this part, the armor trim. I mean, the inventory trim. Why call it an armor trim? This can be used as storage. Like, it can amplify the storage. Like, somehow it can. Like, it can be used as storage. It could be used as a hopper, a dropper, and everything. So I could actually show you guys what I mean. I mean, that one block is literally like the everything block. Kinda, I guess. If I'm trying to elaborate it. I haven't even set up the inventory proxy. Because the inventory proxy is pretty useful too. So if I remove this here, you would see that it also has a hole, just like the open crate. It behaves just like an armor trim. I mean, an inventory trim. And it also acts as a chest. So it's like an all-in-one. But you just got to know how to use this to the full benefit. Because if you don't know how to use it, then you're going to have to study it. Like, that's what I'm doing now. Try to study this mod. Okay, I do apologize for the cut in the video. It's because I had to talk to my mother. So I was thinking about maybe connecting that to the, the inventory interface. So this here is kind of like an extension cord. You can use cables, you can use the inventory proxy, the inventory trim. So this is kind of like a kiosk. So I could just place it right here, and I can put down my crafting terminal, and it's still going to let me access the inventory. So if I say, for example, like it should allow me to see all the other stuff in here, all the other contents, unless it doesn't work like that. No, I don't think it works like that. Must be doing something wrong. All right, so let me try using the trims instead. I mean, it's good for me to learn. Might get some more trims. Let me just get a whole stack of trims. I mean, if you're wealthy enough on the game, then you could probably get a lot of trims. And you can see it also works just like that. The trims can go on for like long distances, I believe. Like, look at that. We can access the inventory even with the trims. But I mean, I wish the cabling makes sense. But also I want to try with the inventory proxies. Because the inventory proxies also behave as trims too. So let me just break all of these with my iron axe. Man, I just like teaching basically in this format. Because this makes more sense. And most likely some of you guys will understand the complexity of the mod. You can see that's holding and retaining the information, and if I open it, it still reads it. So it still acts like an inventory trim. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can use the inventory interface as a kiosk. And I want to try something else too. I mean, if it's acting like this, then it should also read that is there stuff in the chest. So we can put the level emitter up here. And I want to say, for example, put in like a level of iron in here. So we got to click this, and then we put that in there, and we could change the value. So I can put it like, let me just say 71. Like, you need at least 71 in here. And if I pull it out, you can see that the torch is still lit. I can pull it out. Well, actually, I have 1,000. Holy crap. 1,000. Wow, I did not know we had 1,000 in here. All right, so 1,000. So let's see, like 1,000. Let me just do 1,000 since I did see 1,000 in here. So if we pull that out like that, you'll see that it's off. If I pull it in, that's 700. It's still not on. If I put in like another 16, it's still not on. If I put in the whole entire 16, boom, you can see that it's powered on. So that's pretty useful information just to let you know that there's enough iron of something, like if you have enough items or you have very less items. Very neat indicator. And you could probably make something complex with it. And what's the last one we haven't really went through? I mean, I did show you guys the item filters maybe, but I think I probably show you guys the item filter alone. So I'm trying to see what else I can work with here. So we also have the polymorphic item filter, which only allows inserting items that already exists in this inventory. So that would actually mean if we have because we gotta configure this. So that would mean if we put this in here, that means it will only allow iron ingots, raw iron, and raw gold. So that would actually mean I had to go to creative mode and that means I gotta get it's like some raw iron. Might just take like like 2 pieces of raw iron and 2 pieces of raw copper. And if we put that in here, it's gonna go through. So we will see how it updates. Okay, so we might do a little bit of chatting and waiting so we can prove that this thing is gonna filter in. So you can see that it's filtering in all nicely. And then we will wait for that to finish. There we go. And then we're going to put in the copper. And I want to see how is that going to work. Like, if it doesn't work, then it has to be something else that I got to do. If I do that, you can see that the copper doesn't get put in. Oh, it does. That's pretty strange. Unless I have to, like, maybe pair it differently. So let me see something here. I must have did something wrong. All right, so remove that, and Because we don't want that to, we don't want this copper to go to this chest here. Unless you gotta click this alone, and then you have to add it in. And I'm gonna set the priority to high, since, okay. Hey, can I, hey, oh, come on, I'm trying to do something. Okay, yeah, it's a little laggy somehow. I don't know why. Wait, I cannot believe my world is lagging. How can my world be laggy? Oh no, my world is lagging. I can't believe my world is lagging. How is my world lagging? It's not even on the internet. No, how can your world lag? No. Did it do it? Please don't filter through. Please do not filter through. Just export, please. Oh, you can see that it's not gonna drain in. So that's good that it's not draining in. So I had to actually add the copper to this filter, and you can see that it spews it out. So yeah, you're gonna have to learn how to like add this to filters, and using a lot of filters just to make things work around here. So let me just put more copper in here and let it do its job. It's gonna spew out all the ore, copper, and all that. And the tag item filter, this is kind of more like the complex stuff. So you put that in here, you can see that it says Minecraft trim materials, ingots, copper, ingots. So if you mark this down as ingots, it's going to take it, and it can only work on ingots. So this means it will only factor in ingots, like iron ingots, copper ingots, emerald, maybe emerald ingots, or anything with the word ingots in it. So that's how useful it is. And I think I can probably, let's see. I think I could try to pair it with this machine here. And then I could swap it out and then use the tag that only allows ingots. So if I put like an ingot in here, it should allow it to filter through. Well, actually, because this here is it's spewing it out. So this would mean if I remove that, it should accept it. But if it spews it, then yeah, you gotta do some finessing with this one. So I gotta remove that, and then I put this back in here. This is gonna be a lot. This is gonna be a lot of back and forth work. All right, so put that in there, and then it should filter in here. That. Come on, you gotta filter in. So if I reject matching. Wait, it's rejecting the match? Ingots. Yeah. I want you guys to... Okay, I think I didn't set it on, that's why. So, put that in there. There we go. Okay, it's empty. Okay, hey, give me that. Give me those coppers again. Now, if I put that in there, now the copper should be filtering in now. And if I have, like, raw, it should be spitting it out. Or holding it in. Okay, it holds it in. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of learning here. And, I think there's probably one more block we want to try. And, I think the block would be... is this filing cabinet. So this is the filing cabinet. So you can see here it says store multiple variants of the same item. I think that's where that becomes in handy, I believe, because it's an ore. I think it's because it's an ore. So if I break that, it's going to drop all this contents. If I put that in here, it should store something in there. Actually, it's laggy. Hey, store something in the file cabinet or something. If I do this, large chest. Okay. Whoa, 10,780 slots. Oh, okay, because of this. That's why. Okay, so it cleans it out. It's a little bit laggy. Hey, put stuff in filing cabinet. I probably had to actually put something in there. Alright, so let's do it this way. Remove that and put it in this filing cabinet. What the ingots in there. We're going to put on high priority, of course. Because I really want this to be... Oh, okay. Okay, so it kind of... I'll say it kind of just filters the stuff. It kind of filters it. Kind of. I mean, I don't know if that's the right thing I said, but it filters the item. Unless it's just pulling things just to be pulling things. Not like really... If it's just pulling things just to be pulling things, then... I don't know what's happening. Also, we have you got the trims. Okay. I could say the filing cabinet is just harder for me to understand. Because it has a use for storing some of the same items in the same name. But I don't know. I mean, you guys can try to maybe help me to understand this. Or you probably want me to maybe go to the Discord server and ask this similar question. I mean, I highly recommend joining their Discord server to ask this question, since this must be something that I'm still trying to learn. And it might be very complicated for me to understand. But other than that, it seems like we have reviewed through all the items here. Like most of the items. Like some of the stuff you should learn, and some stuff it's going to take some time to get used to. And now we're going to go with the terminals, with the wireless terminals and stuff. So I might have to maybe edit this part here or something, and then we're just going to jump right into that part. Okay, so we have the advanced wireless terminal and the wireless terminal. Well, this one's already been bounded already. To craft the wireless terminal, all you just need is 4 planks, a comparator, ender pearl, glass, spyglass, and glowstone. And if you look at the information, it extends your reach for the terminal reach 16 blocks. And this is the advanced version. This crafting recipe is pretty wrong. All you literally need is a wood one, a smithing template, and a netherite ingot. So they're going to have to fix that, because that's technically the wrong crafting recipe. I mean, it's kind of funny, like a blooper. They're going to have to fix that. But anyways, we're going to pull both of these out here. So this here allows you to reach the terminal by 16 blocks. So if you're further than 16, you can still reach it. Well, if you're within the 16 radius, then you're good. If you're further away, it's not going to work. You can tell because you can see if it's glowing or not. So that's one way to tell. And we also have the advanced wireless terminal. This one gives out a lot more information. You can right click it to bend it, meaning you can go anywhere, but I recommend going to creative mode. So yeah, we're going to do this again. We're going to say, for example, put an emerald in there. And if we fly out, we open this terminal. You can see that this is our stuff here. If we put that in there, our emerald is saved. I mean, that's pretty cool. And also, how many emeralds did I really put in that chest? I just put in like a stack of emeralds, right? And why does it say 640? Oh, that is very weird. Okay, I think I do see a little bit of an error with the text. Yeah, I actually see the error with this text here. Because why is it like amplified numbers? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Like, it's completely broken. So yeah, this mod is a little bit broken. Like with the whole number system. But anyways, we could go 64 chunks away, but it has to be loaded up with the render distance. So it's terminal out of range. So you got to be at least 64 chunks to interact with it. But there's more information though. The terminal's chunk has to be loaded. A nearby beacon in an 8-block radius of the terminal extends the range of that terminal. The beacon's level determines the range. 1, anywhere in the same dimension. 4, anywhere across dimensions. Bound to that one. So we're going to go to this one over here. So we're going to have to fly over here just to go to this showcase over here. And you can see that I have 2 beacons over here. This is something that I have never really knew, but I look up at the wiki. So you can actually make wireless storage. So this is channel number 1, and this is channel number 2. And if you look in the chests, you can see that there's a poppy, and over here there's seeds. And if I open the storage terminal, you can see that they're both together. And if you right click with the empty hand, you can see all these channels. So channel 1 is the main one. Over here, this is channel 2. So channel 2 is connected to channel 1. So that's why it's able to share. I also did make another one, but it doesn't seem to connect properly. So if I bend to this one, it should allow me to open it from any dimension. So if I go further out, you can see that we can go a lot further with this one. Yes, this is actually pretty nice. I mean, I haven't really I'm still trying to learn this mod. So we can go anywhere with this one. Look at us. Look at that. Look at that. 300. See? Not loaded. See? Once the chunk leaves, you're basically in trouble. So that means you have to turn up that render distance. So this mod kind of forces you to turn on render distance to like the highest render distance that you can. So that's the whole downside of the mod. It's basically render distance. Like render distance is the dependent here. Like they say you can open from anywhere. Yeah, you can. But that's if you have a very fast PC to do that. Or if you're using some sort of immersive portal mod or something where it already renders all the chunks already, then you're good to go. But we're going to go to beacon number 3. And this here, it may look like it's beacon number 1, but it's actually not. It's actually beacon number 4. Or level of stage 4. Like, it looks like it, but there's actually blocks underneath it. So, yeah, I had to do a little bit of cover up just to make you guys believe it's like a stage 1. So, this is level 4. See, I was trying to connect it to 2 and 1, but it doesn't work. And I was trying to see if it was going to work with coal, but it doesn't work like that as I thought it would. But I just know that this is a stage 4, which means we can go anywhere with this, hypothetically. But I want to try some tests out. And I have done my previous run with my previous recording. And as you can see, it says not loaded. So this is kind of a whole detriment or a whole problem here. Like you try to open up from anywhere. Like you see that? You can see how it's rendering. Like you can render from here. Like I could put the terminal in here and it should load up in there. But you don't really see it, which is kind of sad. Now it says terminal out of range. Plus I don't know if my thing even despawned. You can see that there's my previous def when I actually tried doing the showcase of it. Trying to say it can't load nothing. So yeah, that's the whole downside to this whole mod. Everything depends on render distance. And we're going to do /kill again to make a second mark. Finally, we got the advancement for our beaconator. But now you actually know that this mod is pretty good for up close. But further away, it's going to become challenging since your render distance actually depends on the mod. So Tom's Simple Storage depends on your render distance. If your render distance is like 64, you can render it. If you're having a potato PC, then I highly recommend not crafting it since it's never ever going to load. Unless you have like other mods that can do it. But I think that is going to maybe conclude the whole demonstration for Tom's Simple Storage. And the reason why I did a second take on this is because the other take was a little more criticizing, and I was a little annoyed because I was trying to I was thinking negatively about what will people think about the showcase. But I just know that I'm just giving out my perspective and my experience with what I'm going to deal with this mod so far. I know people are going to ask me like, how does this work? How does that work? And probably skip through the whole video, or probably not even skip through the whole video. Maybe just commenting and being like, oh, how do you get that, instead of actually watching it, making it feel like all that effort that you have done just to actually show people how something works is basically going down the drain. Like they don't really care about watching long tutorials anymore. They just want a quick answer, like, oh, like a 4-minute video isn't enough to get information from. Like that is just sad. I mean, these people have been diagnosed with TikTokness, where they're on TikTok every day and their brain suddenly rots daily. Or if not, uninstall Twitter, please. Twitter is literally killing your brain cells. Uninstall it, please. Uninstall TikTok and Twitter, please. Because that stuff is actually preventing you from learning mod showcases. It's preventing you from learning them. It's just not good. No bueno. No bueno. Also, I have thought about this mod should have a configuration file. I believe it does, since if this mod has configurations for certain blocks to be connected and whatnot, it does have a configuration file, and maybe you can install the mod menu. I mean, this client here doesn't really even have the mod menu, but I highly recommend installing the mod menu if you guys want to know, like, you know, how to configure stuff, or if you're like running a server, if you want to change some of the rules and whatnot with this mod, because this mod is actually pretty useful. It's just, you just got to have a good computer just to render some of those wireless terminals and whatnot. But I just hope some people find this tutorial kind of useful in some way, because I'm trying to cover up the basics with the mod, and this is my first time reviewing a big mod for once, or basically stepping up to reviewing bigger mods now. Since I'd be reviewing like Waystone's mod, Traveler's Backpack, basically all the small mods, now I need to start reviewing a lot more complex ones that may require me to do some building and sharing some of my perspective and also taking notes on, since I might be playing this through other mod packs and whatnot. But yeah, that's going to conclude for the demonstration slash example slash building slash commentary. I'll say all of it in one. And this is also a premiere as well, so this is the reason why the video is actually pretty long, because this is a big mod. I mean, it looks very simple. Like, this is literally simple here, but there's just a lot for you to do. Like, you can make different things, and this mod is compatible with many tech mods, like Applied Energistics II, Extreme Reactors, and all the other stuff. Like, you would see this with Ad Astra. You would see this in Prominence 2. You would probably see this in any tech-based mod out there, so keep in mind. And thank you for watching the demonstration for those that actually watched to the end. This is going to conclude for the showcase. I hope some people find this video helpful. If you do, leave a like. If you want to watch more stuff like this, click the subscribe button. Have any feedback to give, comment below. Everything in the description if you guys want to reach out to them on Discord, or you just want to download the mods that I recommended, and some of them are pretty optional. But I just want to say, this is my first time trying to review a big mod. Like all the other mods I have been reviewing lately, they're all been small mods, and some of you guys probably already know how those mods work. But Tom Simple Storage is like another level for me to learn, because I'm still trying to learn the mod, but also showcasing it at the same time, because I know some of the basics. But most people are going to want to know how this works, how that works. So that's why I'm saying I highly recommend going to their Discord server just to ask those questions, because commenting here, it's just not going to be worth it, since I will try to answer the best ways I can, but at the same time, I don't know everything in a way where the complexities and the how to make machines act the way they do, because I'm still trying to learn. And I just know that many of you guys did watch the premiere, and if you do, that's good. At least you find some comedy from all this troubleshooting. And I have all my members on the screen that are there that has been supporting me throughout the entirety of this what am I calling it, premiere or stream. I mean, I'm not really scripting any of this. I'm just, you know, saying that's out of my mouth. But I just know that this showcase here is 40 minutes long. I mean, I wish I could have made it a lot shorter, but most people are still going to ask trillions of questions of how something works, even if you made it shorter. But other than that, I did enjoy my time commentating and actually building these machines just to make sure they work, and also learning in the process. But I am thankful that I was able to make this, and I might do more of these big mods again. But this time, I should try to compact them if I could, but I still want to enjoy them. But anyways, I'm going to head off, and I'll see you guys on the next mod showcase.